Every time you chat with an AI, your words travel through fiber optic cables to a data center somewhere, get processed on $1,000 GPUs owned by a corporation, and then zoom back to your screen. You pay for every token. You have no idea where your conversations are stored. And if the company changes its pricing, its privacy policy, or its mind about what you are allowed to ask, you are out of luck. There is another way. You can run a genuinely powerful large language model right on your own computer. No internet required. No subscription. Nobody looking over your shoulder. Here is how. Let us talk hardware. You do not need a data center. The sweet spot for running a capable local model is a gaming GPU with at least 8 GB of VRAM. Something like an RTX 3060 or better. With that, you can comfortably run 7 to 8 billion parameter models with full precision. If you have 12 to 16 gigs, you step up to 13 to 20 billion parameter territory. And if you have 24 gigs on something like a used RTX 3090, you can run 32 billion parameter models that genuinely compete with paid cloud models. No gaming GPU at all. You can still run smaller models on CPU only. Apple's Silicon Macs are shockingly good at this because of their unified memory architecture. A MacBook Air with 24 gigs of RAM can run models that a Windows laptop with the same specs simply cannot. Which models should you run? The open-source AI world moves fast, but right now the standouts are clear. Meta's Llama 3.1 and 3.2 in the 8 billion size are the default recommendation for most people. They are well-rounded, extensively tested, and available in every format. Mistral's models are punchy and creative, great for writing tasks. For coding, DeepSeek Coder and the Qwen 2.5 Coder models are genuinely excellent and completely free. The biggest surprise of the past year is DeepSeek V3 and R1, models that compete with GPT-4 and Claude, and you can run distilled versions of them at home. The open-source community has caught up. The gap between what you can run at home and what you pay for in the cloud is shrinking every month. Here is the trick that makes all of this possible. Quantization. A raw large language model stores its weights as 16-bit floating point numbers. That takes a lot of memory. Quantization compresses those numbers down to 8 bits, 6 bits, 4 bits, even 2 bits per weight. You lose a tiny amount of quality, but you slash the memory needed by a factor of 4 or more. A model that would need 16 gigs of VRAM suddenly fits in 4. Most people run 4-bit or 5-bit quants and the quality difference is barely noticeable on benchmarks. The file format is called gguf, and it runs on a project called llama.cpp, which is the engine underneath almost every local AI tool you will use. The software stack is surprisingly simple. You install one app and you are running. Ollama is the most popular option. You type Ollama run Llama 3 and it downloads and launches the model in one command. It exposes a local API that other apps can talk to, so it plugs into anything. LM Studio is a desktop app with a full chat interface, model browser, and GPU management built in. For a ChatGPT-style experience, you can run OpenWebUI, which gives you a beautiful browser-based interface that looks and feels just like the paid services, except it is running entirely on your machine. You can even give it access to your documents for retrieval augmented generation without any of your data leaving your hard drive. Let us talk about the real reason people switch. Privacy. When you run a model locally, your conversations never leave your computer. They are not logged by a corporation. They are not used to train the next version of the model. They are not analyzed by a content moderation system that might flag or block your queries. For lawyers working with confidential case files, therapists processing sensitive notes, developers working on proprietary code, or anyone who simply does not want their personal conversation stored on a server somewhere, local AI is not just a nice idea. It is the only option that respects your data. And you can still connect it to the internet when you want to. But you are in control of when and how. Now let us talk money. ChatGPT Plus is $20 a month. Claude Pro is $20 a month. API costs add up fast if you use AI for work. Over 3 years, that is over $700 in subscriptions. A used RTX 3060 costs about $200 on eBay and will run excellent models for years with zero monthly cost. And the models keep getting better. Last year, running a good local model required expensive hardware. This year, an 8 billion parameter model runs on a mid-range gaming card from 3 years ago. Next year, it will run on your phone. The economics only move in one direction. If you are serious about using AI, owning your own stack is not just smarter. It is inevitable. If this opened your eyes to what is possible at home, subscribe. We cover this stuff every week.